Hey everybody, what's up? It's Hold the Truth Hostage, where if the truth was so important, we wouldn't negotiate with lies. Now, I've been meaning to make this video for a while, you know, but got got busy, I got caught up. But basically, I made a video a while back called I made a a couple videos a while back called, Mobility is Freedom. You have to check that out. It's basically about, why being mobile is freedom. You know what I'm saying? For example, your phone is mobile, your car is mobile, your laptop is mobile. Why isn't your home mobile? You know what I'm saying? You got to check that video out. And this is before the jab or Conan 19. I call it Conan 19. Shout out to RPM. He inspired me. He calls it Charlie 19. I call it Conan 19 the Destroyer. Now, I made this video before Conan 19 the Destroyer. It's called Mobility is Freedom. You gotta check that out. And then another video I made called Existence Over Purpose. It's a very, very important video. If you get the chance, check it out, because a lot of people are preaching purpose. Find your purpose is a big word in the manosphere. Find your purpose, when in reality, your purpose tends to be a trend. You know what I'm saying? It tends to be a trend in the society depending on the year and time. So I made a video called Existence Over Purpose, and it basically breaks down why you shouldn't really seek a purpose, really. You should really seek your existence, because your existence comes before everything. You know what I'm saying? Before technology, trends, your existence comes first. This video is extremely important. And check it out. It's called Existence Over Purpose. And the reason I bring up these videos is because I've been meaning to do this video a while ago, but I got busy and other ideas popped in my head, so I just went with it. But this video is entitled Minimalism to Survive. Minimalist. Actually, you'll have a better name. It'll be called Minimalist or Die. The reference when Diddy did that whole stupid vote or die crap. But we'll call it Minimalist or Die. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I'm calling this video Minimalist or Die is because of Conan 19, and how the government has handled Conan 19. The fact that we didn't have private investigation, the fact that they just shut down the entire country and the entire world, because, Dr. Fauci, aka False Fauci, who was employed by the big pharmaceuticals, who gave a speech about Conan 19, claiming that hundreds of millions of people will die. Yet he gave a speech in Congress with no mask in front of a lot of elderly or older people in Congress, claiming that hundreds of millions will die. That's how stupid this thing was, But what this has done, and why I'm calling this video, Minimalist or Die, the reason I'm calling it is that we didn't have a private investigation. It was literally, here's a government tool, an employee of the government, Dr. False Fauci. You know what I'm saying? That's what I call him, False Fauci. We didn't have any private investigators. It was just simply, here's the government. And, he represents the government. He represents forget the FDA, whatever. You know what I'm saying? The FDA, whose track record, how many things have been recalled because of the FDA. You know what I'm saying? Or I forget, the American Drug Administration, whatever you want to call it. But We didn't have a private investigator on this. It was just literally a government funded investigation. It's basically like when they have the cops investigate themselves rather than a private investigator or public investigator. They just keep it in house. That's right. The in house people, the very corrupt people, they're going to solve and help out. You know what I'm saying? But let's get to the point. The thing is, they hired, you got Dr. False Fauci, who, along with the government, shut down the entire country. We didn't get a private investigation on the whole Conan 19, a destroyer. And what it did is it basically led to the entire country being shut down. Jobs, employment, everything went down with this thing. You know what I'm saying? And what it has created is, and let me go a little further back. You know what I'm saying? To me, I call Conan 19. This has been in the works for over 80, over 100 years. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at the Tuskegee experiments where they gave, knowingly, the government gave black people, damn, I forget the word of the disease they gave them, but they knowingly gave black people a disease. The same government, you know what I'm saying? And a few years later, they just apologized. Did they reimburse these families? Did they give these families money for their troubles? You know what I'm saying? Did they help them income-wise? Did they track down everybody in the experiment? Nope. Government just said, we're sorry, AKA, we got our results. You know what I'm saying? But basically, you had the Tuskegee experiment. Then we fast forward to, you have birth control, you know, where they put women, and you got to check out my video when you get the chance, called Birth Control versus the Day After Pill. You'll learn that a lot of birth control plays a major role in the divide between men and women. It plays a major role in the very self-destructive nature of the modern woman. You know what I'm saying? That is no longer in tune with her natural instincts. But, you know, they put women on birth control, which had a very effect on controlling and determining their behavior pattern. Then we fast forward, you get anthrax. You know what I'm saying? You got anthrax, where anthrax forced everyone to adapt and get an email, because anthrax was thought to be in the, you know, the mail. You know, and then it later turns out it was just a government experiment. You know what I'm saying? The government sent it out itself. Then you could Google it, whatever. But later on, after anthrax, you get all these, you know, even before that, you get all these chicken flus, bird flus, swine flus, all these flus and crap. You know what I'm saying? Then we fast forward to, we got Conan 19. Conan 19, like anthrax, was a forced adaptation. You know what I'm saying? The corporations and government wanted everyone to get an email. They wanted everyone to get on the internet. They wanted to be able to link and access your information in one location. Yes, the internet improved your life, but at the same time, like anything, it's a double-edged sword. You know, you're online, your information is all there. You know what I'm saying? And it helps you out. I mean, having an email account helps you keep log conversations and your location and so on. You know, it helped out on that aspect. But at the same time, it put all your information in one place. Now, everyone got email after anthrax, where, you know, it was rumored that this powder was being mailed throughout the, you know, the U.S. mailing service. It forced everyone, it was a forced adaptation rate. It forced everyone to get an email, you know. Now, let's fast forward to Conan 19, the Destroyer. What Conan 19 did is it forced everyone to adapt to ordering online. It removed everyone out of going to stores to order. And then what did they do? They put this out for over a year. I mean, we're still going through it in certain states where They don't allow you to go into a store with a mask. Things are coming back to normal. But what Conan 19, the Destroyer, did is that it forced everyone to order online. Everyone's going to order on Amazon. If you order Walmart, you're going online. Everything you do will be online from now on. It forced an adoption rate. And another thing Conan 19 did, it was the true nail in the coffin for mom and pop stores. You see all these ads for, let's help independent businesses. You know what I'm saying? Let's give them a tax break. Let's help independent businesses. All lies. You got to understand, when Obamacare was passed, Obamacare was literally designed to destroy the mom and pop stores, remove their ability to thrive and succeed. Because when Obamacare was put on, it forced businesses to give health care. You know what I'm saying? And those mom and pop stores were forced to minimize themselves and forced to give, health care to their employees, which limited their growth, limited their potential for overtime to employ people. Because if you remember the early 2000s, before Obama was president, before Obamacare, you were able to work 80 hours a week if you wanted to. A lot of people back then used to work crazy hours to save for a car or so on, used to have that ability. But Obamacare put a cap on it, because a lot of companies had to offer you health care, and it put a cap on the amount of the budget to actually hire and employ people. You know what I'm saying? And then it killed the mom and pop stores, because now those mom and pop stores that couldn't provide you with healthcare had to shut down. You know what I'm saying? Something that should be something that a company should only provide if it has to. Now, of course, all companies, any company where you could get injured and so on the job should have that insurance, workplace injury insurance. But forcing them to provide health care limited the ability of mom and pop stores, which, killed them, along with, minimum wage, where minimum wage was forced upon mom and pop stores, where they couldn't expand again. Because think about it. Let's say minimum wage is $15. Now, a mom and pop store, let's say they can only get close to about $12. Now, where they make up for that minimum wage is that they could give you far more overtime. They could give you far more time to work. So you'd end up making more money than making $15 an hour anyway, because you work more. And then if you didn't have Obamacare, then you definitely be able to make more money. You know what I'm saying? Working for them, they wouldn't have to worry about the premiums of healthcare. So that was a nail in the mom and pop stores. Now, Conan 19, the Destroyer, you know what I'm saying? Conan 19, the Destroyer, was basically the nail on the coffin on mom and pop stores, because what it did is it forced any mom and pop store, any chain that didn't have an online presence, like you're with Grubhub and ordering online, it basically ended up killing them, because, man, they could no longer compete with the big stores. And the biggest thing a mom and pop store has is word of mouth and foot traffic. And what Conan 19 did is it basically killed all the mom and pop stores, man. It killed the majority of them. Restaurants that were in families for over 50 years shut down. So many things were shut down because with this Conan 19, the government did not provide a private investigation. where, it would be said that you have to take care of yourself, be careful, keep yourself clean, be more careful, be more hygiene aware, then you would be all right. But the government wanted to shut down everything, have a forced adaptation to ordering online, and actually further boosting the mainstream corporations and further eliminate the mom and pop stores, from the equation. So when they did that, as you could see, McDonald's wasn't heavily affected by Conan 19. All the established franchises were doing pretty well. They already had a well-known presence. I mean, even if you're in a different town, a McDonald's is a McDonald's, a Burger King is a Burger King. You already know about them. But those mom and pop stores that needed foot traffic, those non-franchise locations that needed foot traffic and word of mouth did not have access to a consumer base, and they shut down, And then this Conan 19 was also used by your franchises to further fire and unemploy people. So now they could say, well, we had to, limit our employment because of Conan 19, when in reality, they already planned to fire people for automation. You know what I'm saying? So this Conan 19 helped a lot of the major franchises, hide the fact that they're going to fire and eliminate people anyway with automation and so on. So Conan 19, man, it had a major effect in further ending the small businesses, independent businesses. It literally, it's crazy how small business has been hit, man. You got to add, since 2018 with Obamacare, they were hit with forcefully, giving, health care, So they had to slow down their advancements and growth. Then they're hit with minimum wage, Then they're hit with this Conan 19. It's basically, man, it's a nail in the coffin for small businesses. You're going to see all these ads. Oh, let's get the small businesses back up and growing. Let's get them back on their feet. Let's sing and have concerts. Let's have concerts to help the small businesses get back on their feet. Really, it's basically, let's pretend like we care, when in reality, this whole country shut down and didn't give a damn about the small businesses, then provide a private investigation, all because they wanted to force an adoption rate and inject people with these drugs that, that these companies legally cannot be sued if you end up harmed or sick. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy now. I had to touch that up. Now let's get to the video. Now, why is this video called Minimalist or Die? The thing is this, because of this Conan 19, the Destroyer, because of Conan 19, the Destroyer, it has completely changed how you should approach business as an entrepreneur. It has changed everything. The whole playbook has been thrown. It's changed everything for you being an entrepreneur, for you being a family man, or whatever you're going to do. Anything that involves finances, you have to completely change the way you do things. You got to be a minimalist first. You either be a minimalist first or die. That's actually probably a better title. I'll probably use that. Minimalist first or die. Because what's happened is that at any moment, they currently call it Conan 19, but they've literally said there's new strains. There's new strains of Conan 19 coming out. New strains that we can't control, but they're going to keep the name Conan 19 because it's so globally known, globally recognized. So that means the next strain or the new disease they'll be releasing, whatever, you know what I'm saying, they'll still call it Conan 19 because it's the most, it's the better marketable, it's the great, best marketable name they have. It's globally recognized. And, before I even go further, notice how, and it's never happened in history besides warfare, but notice how when anthrax came out, not the whole world changed its mailing approach, in the 2000s during the Bush administration. And then you see with this Conan 19, and even Ebola didn't have everyone, cooperate like this. But as soon as Conan 19 was activated, the whole globe shut down. The whole globe, every country just got in line and shut down. It's never happened like this in history. And to me, I have some theories. One of my theories is that, the Chinese were making a lot of money, man. A lot of money providing parts and all labor and all that. And what happened is all the European countries, and you got to think there hasn't been a country that has, become more powerful than a European country in probably over 1,000 years. The Europeans have been number one. So with China doing what it's doing, what they realized is we need to shut that down, need to limit it. So they activated Conan 19. All the European countries got in line for the most part, and they basically shut down their business with China for a while. And it's basically even though we have problems with each other or the U.S., whatever, the enemy I know is better than, well, actually, no, it's basically, at least the U.S. is a European superpower. So we'd rather have a European superpower in charge than allow these Chinese to get more powerful than they are. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my theories, but let's get back to why you have to be a minimalist first or die. The thing is, the whole world has changed. And a lot of entrepreneur and business analysis will not tell you this, that you now have to plan for a three-way. You have to have a three-way thinking when it comes to your finances. You have to now think of course, the old making money, profiting, and having a successful business, growing. But now you have to add in the fact that you have to plan for an epidemic. You have to plan for an epidemic and a whole country shutting down again. So you now have to have, 4 steps to your business. Of course, savings, funding, potential growth, and expansion, and now this epidemic. So now as a business owner, you have to plan to actually shut down your business and not make any money. You know what I'm saying? And actually be at a point where you won't be operational for 6 months to a year or plus or over a year. That's what Conan 19 has done. It showcased that now as a business owner, now you're opening a new business. Not only do you have to worry about the budget, the savings, the potential expansion, the downfall period, the losses, and now you have to plan for when the country just shuts down because we have another Conan 19 strain epidemic. So now it's put even more pressure on small businesses. And not only small businesses, but families. Anybody with a family, that has a family here, whatever, you have to now actually purchase from a a minimalistic perspective. In actuality, when you invest in a home now, you have to actually invest You have to invest with a more minimalistic approach to your investments, because what happens when the whole country shuts down now? How will you fund and pay for your home, your apartment? You know, what the government has done, this government that's so hyper consumeristic, what it's done is it's now actually reached the peak of consumerism. It's actually broken its consumerism aspect, because now with this Conan 19, the threat that an epidemic or plandemic, as they say, a plandemic can shut down the entire country and the world, you cannot plan for anything long term where all the country's just going to be running fine. It's going to be running perfect. We're going to have jobs, we're going to be all right. We're going to be in great shape. The market's looking great, because at any time they can shut down the entire country and the entire world for the next Conan 19 event. You know what I'm saying? For the next Conan 19 event, they could shut down the entire country. So now as a person just living and having a budget, this is why I say you have to go watch my video, Existence Over Purpose and Mobility is Freedom. Because this is what the world's become now. It's become a world of, you have to prioritize simplicity over indulgence. You know what I'm saying? Because your life is on the line now. The government has literally shown that they're willing to shut down the entire country at any moment just for a pandemic, epidemic, the next Conan 19, without any private investigation, without any private investigation. They're willing to shut down the entire world. So if you're a business owner, if you're a family man, what can you do? Even if what is it? I forget the word they said when a job is necessary. Damn, I forgot the word. The word isn't in my brain. I can't find it right now. But if you're necessary, if you're a necessary worker, whatever it was called, necessary worker, that doesn't mean people will have money to pay you when they're out of work, when they have to plan for paying their rent for the next 6 to 8 months without a job. You know what I'm saying? I forget the name, this necessary worker, I forget. But basically, man, you have to plan for the fact that, we're now in a minimalist first society, because at any moment a next strain could pop up and they'll be shut down the entire world. Because even these vaccines do not protect you, from getting it. You don't avoid getting, it won't stop you from getting it. It's just a shot. So, to build your immunity or some crap, whatever. You know what I mean? And you gotta remember, and this is why a lot of people are avoiding the whole vax and taking this thing beyond the lack of research and how the flu shot had lead in it. You know what I'm saying? Beyond that, it's that we're in a society where it's illegal. You gotta look up a guy named Dr. Sebi. You gotta look up for the fact that we're in a society where it's against herbalists. It's against someone finding natural herbal remedies from the planet itself to heal and help people. You know what I'm saying? They'll actually try to arrest you, imprison you, if you try to help people with a natural herbal remedy. You know what I'm saying? Once it's illegal for you to have natural remedies and look down upon, you already know how corrupt the system is, how it's profit first, corporate first. So you have to be a minimalist first, because now you have to plan for the unplannable. the unpredictable, which is when they'll shut down the country again, when they'll put everything out of commission. So if you start a family, you have to actually, if you're going to actually, start a family in this, like I said, if you watch all my previous videos, you know where I stand on starting a family in this, this broken, anti-male society, this anti-father system. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even worth it. But as a man, if you're starting a business or whatever, if you currently have a family, you have to now you gotta downsize. Because, if you have a 3-family home, you have to downside, or actually if you're trying to buy a home or buy land, you have to actually buy with the plan that you're not gonna be working, or you'll be out of work, or work will slow down when a plandemic, another Conan 19 event happens where they shut down the entire country. So you have to be a minimalist first. You have to be a minimalist first. Because if you expand or buy anything thinking that, the country's just going to continue to operate forever. No. Conan 19 has proven that the government on a global scale is willing to shut down the entire world at a drop of a dime without any private investigation. You know what I'm saying? Just to feed their ideal and their means. So you have to, and a lot of financial people aren't giving you this advice. They're not giving you advice that now you have to plan financially for an epidemic, a plandemic, another Conan 19, the destroyer invasion, so you have to plan for this. So this means you have to plan for a point where you won't be working for 6 months to over a year. You know what I'm saying? Financially. So your financial investments have to alternate. You know what I mean? You can't just purchase a home. I'm going to pay the mortgage and, 5, 20 years, whatever. Because just think of the people that were on a mortgage plan that this whole Conan 19, the destroyer, just put them out of commission. They weren't able to pay their mortgage, and now they're homeless. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say you have to be a minimalist first, especially now in this environment. You can't afford to just make an investment anymore. You know what I mean? You have to be a minimalist first. Things have completely changed. The world is changed completely. I know some people will bring up, well, we had the Spanish flu. Spanish flu happened years ago. Yeah, but during the Spanish flu, we didn't have clean water. We didn't have access to clean water. We didn't have a system we have in place right now. People were still taking a bath, if they were lucky, once a week or, once in a while. You know what I'm saying? A few times a day, a week, every 3 days, every 4 days. So, of course, it spread and they got sick like crazy. They weren't even able to wash their hands, But now, in this modern society, this has proven that, man, at the drop of a dime, the government could shut down the entire world. Your income, your earnings, everything could be pulled from under you. So you have to plan for it from now on. So now when you go in, you know what I'm saying, even if you got a money, and this is why I say this will crash the consumption, this will crash the consumer society. And actually people will start living within their means or even below their means for survival. Because at any moment, another Conan 19 pandemic could happen where they shut down the entire country. So you planning to buy, for example, you're planning to buy a new Ford, you have to buy a used one. You know what I'm saying? You planning to buy a BMW, you gotta downsize to buy even lower than that. You can no longer afford to, and you never could. I mean, one of the sickening factors of a consumeristic society is how much people are living above their means. You know what I'm saying? They're chasing trends. Like I said, the greatest brand ever created was True Religion. True Religion is the greatest brand ever created because it dared to say, I am your true religion. Consumption. True Religion will go down as a moment in modern history, as one of the greatest, points made through a brand where it said, I am your true religion. Consumption. Being a consumer is your true religion. But the thing is this, man, you're gonna have to learn to live below your means, or I'd say rarely within, close to your means. You can't live within your means anymore. You have to live close to your means or below, because the way the society is, they're willing. The politicians made their money. The pharmaceuticals made their money. They never gave a damn. And this truly proves that they never gave a damn. And to me, Conan 19 is nothing more than a sequel, on a global scale. It's the sequel to, or actually a spin-off of the Tuskegee experiment. I said in America, Tommy Sotomayor said this, that the black community is the canary in the coal mine. Well, that's what the Tuskegee experiment was, and this whole Conan 19 is the sequel or spin-off to the Tuskegee experiment. They want to give everyone these shots. They don't want to test it or nothing. They just want to give everyone these shots. So you have to, man, in all honesty, you can now, your best bet, even if you're a millionaire, billionaire, whatever, those aspects, you might kind of get away with it. It depends on how much money you're going to lose with your business. But in all honesty, the best bet for people now, especially the average person, you have to live close to your means or below your means. If you watch that video where I made mobility is freedom, I honestly believe and think the future is going to be mobile homes, RVs. It's mobile homes. Mobile homes will be the future because we've reached a point in the society where everywhere in a country has electricity. If you're in America, to use America as a point of reference, a lot of people left the South earlier on because it wasn't as well developed as the North. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't as much, cities and so on. But now in America, everywhere is like the city. Everywhere has running water, housing and so on. So you're not moving to any place for those reasons. And the other thing is, the average American is loyal to the opportunity. They can't afford to be loyal to their state anymore. Because, a lot of states are corrupt and, taking so much money, be it from taxation without representation. I'm saying? The fact that all states in the country, especially for men going through it with the family court, the system is completely against you. You know what I'm saying? So the whole goal of having loyalty to a state is gone. You're now only loyal to the, the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? You can't even be there's no such thing as a home field advantage or, I was homegrown, my hometown. There's no more hometowns anymore, since the government has literally proven on multiple statewide levels that it doesn't care. The whole system is completely corrupt. Government's overstepped its boundary in the families. It's overstepped its boundary in your income with taxation, where you're being taxed for the bad choices of others. You know what I'm saying? The whole system is broken. So a lot of people, In all honesty, you need to, after you watch this video, I made a video called, the gold pill. You need to look that up. But beyond that, you need to go look at videos of mobile homes where people turn a bus to a mobile home. You know what I'm saying? People turn a bus or they have a RV or a van. The reason this is going to become the norm, and I'd say the norm for the average American, is that there's no point. There's no safety with Conan 19 and home ownership no more. You know what I'm saying? People used to tell you, well, with a home, you could rent it out and make money and so on. But at any moment, the government could employ another Conan 19 where people lose their jobs. So what are you going to do with your home? So what's going to happen, especially, I mean, if you own the land, if you own the land and there's a super low down mortgage payment, it still might make sense. But the thing is, I think what's coming to America, and you could see it with YouTube channels where people are covering living in a mobile home, mobile van, or whatever. There's even a company that turns vans into mobile homes. What's gonna happen is a lot of Americans, since the government is so anti-family, it's anti-stability. The government prays, especially the Democratic government, the Democrats pray, the liberals pray for you to get on welfare. They love it, They get so aroused by the thought. I mean, up in the north, up in Jersey, man, the Democrats just were having a party with the Conan 19. They were shutting down. They would say, well, you could stay open until 2 a.m. Oh, we changed our mind. Conan 19, so you got to close at 11. They were messing with small businesses. Dude, they love it. The government literally, the Democrats love this whole thing, man. They're loving it that they don't even have to explain anything. They just say Conan 19 and you comply. They love it. But what I'm saying is a lot of people start investing in mobile homes because you saw a state like Texas where it didn't follow the whole mask crap or shut down their place too much, or Florida. You know what I'm saying? So people are looking at it as, I think what's happening is people are becoming nationalist. You know what I'm saying? They're going to look at their entire nation now. A lot of states are going to lose their quote unquote homegrown investments, hometown heroes, statewide businesses, because a lot of people are looking at it as we're better off being mobile. You're going to see a lot more mobile truck restaurants. You know what I mean? Truck restaurants, because they got to be mobile. They got to be able to leave, pick up and leave if the opportunity presents itself. You know what I mean? Because the state no longer cares. And you saw in Jersey, I was in Jersey, man, they literally abused this Conan 19. They used it to shut down businesses at a drop of a dime. They didn't care. You know what I'm saying? At a drop of a dime, they used this to, oh man, Conan 19 protocol, shut down the business after they told you could be open till 2 a.m. They didn't care. So a lot of people, businesses, you're going to see a lot of mobile truck. You're going to see truck restaurants. You know what I'm saying? A lot are going to pop up restaurants. It's happening, pop-up stores. You're not going to see anything stable or stationary anymore. A lot of restaurants are going to be mobile, truck restaurants, van restaurants. You know what I'm saying? Where they have it outdoors or something set up, tents, you know what I mean? Because it's the only way to protect you from the government. The government doesn't care about independent businesses anymore. You know what I'm saying? They proved that with Obamacare back in '08. It was an assault on mom and pop stores, man. It was an annihilation. And Conan 19 nail in the coffin. Conan 19 is basically, Obamacare wiped out the majority of small businesses. They're buried. Now let's piss over their casket. Let's take a dump over their casket. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was. So now a lot of business owners, homeowners, independent business owners and so on. The youth, you're gonna have to invest. Your home will have to be mobile because at any time where your state, a next Conan 19 event happens, you have to be able to move to a state where there'll still be employment, where that state will still be open, or you'll just have enough money to just live in your mobile home until things cool down. You know what I'm saying? You can't afford to be stationary anymore. And the fact that at any moment the government could shut things down. Conan 19, oh, we don't have enough. We need a new jab. We need a new vaccine because the current ones aren't strong enough for the new strain of Conan 19, the destroyer. You know what I'm saying? He's stronger. He's been doing push-ups in the gym. Conan 19. So we gotta be prepared, man. Conan 19, the destroyer, has new strains. So who knows when the government will just pull the plug again globally. They all get in line. They don't care, man. There was no private investigation. We just literally got Dr. False Fauci, who used to work for the pharmaceutical companies. Now he works directly for the government. You know what I'm saying? The FDA or the American Drug Administration, whatever the hell you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? So we had no private investigators to say, well, it's not that bad. Just stay careful. If you're out of shape, you're highly prone to this. You know what I'm saying? But if you're a healthy American who's eating right, doing right, you'll be okay. Instead, they create a pandemic where they shut down the entire country. So to me, what's happening, and I'll do a follow-up video, especially for the youth, that the future is in home ownership, man. The future is a RV, a mobile home. You know what I'm saying? You have to be mobile now. You know what I mean? There's no point in being stationary. You have to be mobile. You know what I mean? In the country, you got to be mobile. Because at any given moment that your state, if it's too democratic, your state could shut down. Because the Democrats love it. They get aroused when they hear that you're going to be on government order. And they could put you on welfare as soon as possible. And government dependency will go up. They love it. You know what I mean? Republican states think they're more free. To a certain extent, so to me, man, the age of you being invested where the state you were born, it's gone. That's what Conan 19 was about. It was no more state loyalty. You can't seek to, protect or provide for your state where you were born, your hometown. You gotta be ready to be mobile. The days of, man, I was born here. I was born in New York. I'm gonna die in New York. I'm gonna do my best to be part of New York and fulfill it. I was born in California. I'm gonna make it better. I was born in Oklahoma. I was born in Texas, whatever. There's no more of that state loyalty. You have to be loyal to the opportunities. So a lot of people, the future is going to be a mobile home because someone in a mobile home, not only are they saving money, but they're able to chase opportunities full time. Someone in a mobile home here's, okay, for example, he's in Nevada and they call him, they're like, we got a job for you in Milwaukee. He just picks up, he just drives. Or he takes a flight there and schedules someone to bring his mobile home. But that person is able to chase opportunities forever, 24/7, unlike someone who's in a stationary house. That's why I made that video, Mobility is Freedom. You know what I'm saying? And this was before Conan 19 when I made this video, I think. Yeah, it had to be. think it was 2019. I think, yeah, it had to be. But the thing is, this is the future, man. You know, you have to be mobile. Mobility is freedom. There's no other choice but to be mobile. So, and then with the fact that we didn't have a private investigation, it was literally, oh, here's Dr. Fauci who used to work for the Dr. False, like I said, Dr. False Fauci. Dr. False Fauci. Let me repeat that one more. Dr. False Fauci, who worked for Big Pharma, and now he's working. I mean, there's no conflict of interest there. No conflict of interest. He worked for big pharmaceuticals. Now he works on the government for the FDA and whatever. You know what I'm saying? There's no conflict there. You know what I mean? No conflict at all. Conflict of interest. There was no private investigation. So you have to understand, man, we're in a new world. We're in a world where the government at any moment, this is the power, the ultimate power this whole Conan 19, the destroyer, the pldemic, did was that it made the government have the power it used to have before the internet. Before the internet, you had to get your news from your TV or your radio, you know what I'm saying, or your newspaper. There was no alternatives, no ways to get alternatives. Now with Conan 19, what they did is they literally told the American public, do not come close to your fellow American. Do not talk. Do not seek in big groups. Do not gather around to learn from each other. Gather only, stay 6 feet apart from each other. Don't amass in large masses, but stay close to your government. Stay very close to your phone and wait for updates on Conan 19. Updates. Stay very close to us. We're going to have Conan 19 on your bank apps, your YouTube apps, your video streams. Conan 19 will be everywhere. So stay close to us, your government giving you updates and advice. Stay away from each other. See, stay 6 feet away from each other. Don't amass in groups, but stay close to your government and the updates. You know what I'm saying? That's what this Conan 19, the destroyer, did. I mean, I need somebody to make a shirt where you know what I'm saying, you infuse Conan the movie with I don't want to say the name of the virus, with the virus, to make Conan 19 the destroyer shirt. You know what I mean? So to me, man, you have to understand, at any moment they can pull the rug from you. And the biggest problem, I covered this on mobility, is freedom. The problem with having an apartment, for example, is that you instinctively pack and gather stuff to keep you there. So you have your clothing, you overbuy products to keep you in that stationary home, you know. But with a mobile home, you're able to travel at all times. If the state tax get too high where you're at, you just move. You drive to another place. You're not trapped stationary to the states. You know what I'm saying? You're able to move, able to drive off, and you're able, and sadly, this is how disrespectful local government is, your state. For example, New Jersey, a billionaire left. They only started caring when you leave. So, you know what I'm saying? To pull yourself from participating in the corruption of the state, you have to leave. That's how bad it is. You gotta leave. You know what I mean? You gotta be prepared to leave. They gotta see the fear that you could leave at any time. That's how corrupt things have become, man. Your local governor who was born there doesn't give a damn. They never, you know what I mean? Since Obamacare, when they all adopted this crap, they don't give a damn. They don't care about the small business, the mom and pop business, the independent It's all about corporate. But the great thing about Conan 19, what it did is it woke up the American people. Woke up the American people to understand that these trends you're chasing, you know what I'm saying, they won't be there when you can't work. This new shoe, these new Nike shoes you're dropping, 200, you're spending above your means, they won't be the equivalent of food when you're starving. They won't be shelter. You can't live in your $250 shoes. It's forced people to be aware that they can't just consume and be consumers 24/7. It's forced people to awake. You know what I'm saying? Even though the whole woke culture, which started with the black community, was, you know what I'm saying, compromised and gentrified to become the message for SJW culture. The whole purpose was to stay woke and be aware of the government and all these lies that are being sold to you. But you know, that's been co-opted. It's been co-opted. That's why you gotta, as a man, just take the black pill. You gotta be black pill about things. You know, the best place to, you know, seek out black pill information, you look at a channel like MGTOW Dictionary. You look at my channel, because, you know, it's not all good. Some people are selling you the truth as slavery, when the truth is freedom, the whole truth. The black pill is the whole truth. You know what I'm saying? And eventually you'll have to take the gold pill as a man. And, you know, but basically, man, with everything going on, you know, Conan 19 has awakened the American public. You know what I'm saying? It's awakened the American public to the fact that you have to be mobile and you have to live with you can't even afford to live within your means anymore. You gotta live close to your means or below your means. And the best bet is you're gonna have to start investing in a mobile home, an RV, a camper. You're gonna have to invest in that because you're mobile. You're saving money while you're driving around in mobile. I mean, I think if you find a parking place for an RV, it's probably $200 a month to park your RV in a location, an RV camp location, whatever. So you gotta start thinking, man. You gotta truly change the way you live, change the way you spend, because you have to now account for the fact that at any moment the country could, and it's happened in India, it's happened all over the world. You have to be mobile now. You can't afford to live a stationary life unless you live on your own land. If you have your own land and you're self-sufficient, off the grid, you got a cow, you got food. I plan to make a video on that, why you have to be self-sufficient, you know what I'm saying, with food and all this stuff. You gotta even change your diet. I plan to do something like that. But, you know, this has been hold the truth hostage, where if the truth was so important, we wouldn't negotiate with lies. We would hold the truth hostage. Peace.